Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new video. It's here, it's finally here. My top 10 films of the year. This is going to be interesting. Right, let's get on with it. Okay, so yes, we are coming to a close now with 2020. By the time you watch this, we'll probably be into 2021 anyway. But I just wanted to run down through my top 10 films that I saw. It's not going to be as an exciting video as you would have expected if we'd had all of the films that were due to be here. Mr. Bond, where are you? But through the films that I did see probably half of these at the cinema. Various stages through the year, mostly at the beginning of the year, but at various stages. Some on streaming and some on physical. So let's get going with number 10. My 10th favourite film of the year stars George Clooney and is a Netflix movie called The Midnight Sky. Yeah, I only saw this probably about a week ago. Really interesting movie about an astronomer, scientist, works out in this research station, and he's trying to contact this returning spaceship from, I think it was Jupiter, to warn them not to come to Earth. Trying to warn them because of this environmental global-wide disaster that's happened. I thought the production values were really good. We also have Felicity Jones, who's on board the returning spaceship, so we tally between Earth out in like the Arctic and snowy conditions to, you know, the spaceship. It has a kind of a passenger's feel on their ship, you know, Jennifer Lawrence, Chris Pratt movie. And has a bit of Ad Astra feel to it. So it's a slow burn film. It's not a big, exciting action piece, but it was a very interesting end of the world type of film. So that's my number 10. Number 9 on my list, I thought would have been higher up. But when looking at the rest of the list, I thought, yeah, it's got to go down. It's got to move it down a little bit. This is the latest mind-bending film from director Christopher Nolan. This is Tenet. You've put Tenet at number 9. Yes. I've only seen it once. I only saw it once at the cinema. I did have problems with it. The audio mixing was really bad in some places. The dialogue, you couldn't hear a lot of what they were saying, especially when they were wearing helmets. It takes more than one viewing to watch it, so I am going to watch it again now that I've got it on 4K. But so far as excitability, when you compare it to something like Interstellar or Inception, I think it was just a little bit too mind-bending, and for modern day audiences they were probably just lost to hell in it. But yeah, I'm putting Tenet at number 9. Number 8 on my list was a bit of a surprise. I enjoyed the film. It was brutal, it was violent, and it had some great performances. It's Unhinged with Russell Crowe. Yeah, don't ever get into a road rage match with Russell Crowe, because you know you'll really lose. Yeah, Russell Crowe did a really good performance in this. I think he must have put on something like 5 stone, something insane. But he looked a brute. He was out for revenge against this poor woman that just onked him to get out of the way of the traffic lights. But I felt that the action was good. There was a few scenes that made me jump. It wasn't too long, and the tension was just edgy as seat. So yeah, I really enjoyed Unhinged. Number 7 on my list is the third film in the Bad Boys saga, even though I think we're getting Bad Boys 4. Yeah, it's been such a long time. It was something like, I don't know, 17 years or something since we last had a Bad Boys, the second film. And when you have that amount of time, you feel, no, that you can't bring that back. You know, their time is done. It's done and dusted. You can never repeat it. But they had So much fun making this film. I had so much fun watching the film as well. Great action pieces. I love the banter between Will and Martin Lawrence. It really worked. I love how they made Martin Lawrence into this kind of Danny Glover role in Lethal Weapon. You know, oh, I want to retire and put my slippers on and sit in front of the TV. You know, the glory days have gone. Will Smith, on the other hand, was still in his glory days. And I love the whole action, and it was very entertaining throughout the film. Number 6 on my list is a film from Guy Ritchie. And this brought back the brilliantness of his early London gangster movies, such as Lock, Stock and Snatch. This is The Gentleman, and this is a true Guy Ritchie film. Yeah, he's had a few others in between, but he's never, in my opinion, he's never been able to capture the original magic of those first 2 films. And for me, The Gentleman really did it. The performances were fantastic. Especially Colin Farrell, and Hugh Grant was absolutely amazing throughout the film. The cinematography was great, the comedy was great. It was just a true Guy Ritchie movie. Number 5 on my list stars Adolf Hitler. Yes, this is Taika Waititi's Jojo Rabbit. And this is a bit of a weird one. This was one of the last ones I saw in the cinema before we all went into lockdown status and everything else that happened through the year. This is about a little boy that goes into the Nazi training, you know, to become an officer, and he has an imaginary friend who's Adolf Hitler, and we just follow this boy as he goes through the training. Also his mum, played by Scarlett Johansson. And it's a very witty film. There are some sad moments, but there are some great performances. Also, especially from the little kid's friend, the little chubby kid that wears glasses, who I believe was going to be the new kid in the Home Alone remake, playing Macaulay Culkin's role. I don't know if they're still going ahead with that, but I think he would be brilliant in that role. But yes, that's my number 5, Jojo Rabbit. For number 4, I can't see him. Yeah, Elizabeth Moss in The Invisible Man. This, how many times have they done an Invisible Man movie? This one really worked well. This was about a woman that was being beaten and being abused by her boyfriend or her husband, and she was trying to get away from him. And she got rid of him, or did she? And I love the way that they brought the Invisible Man into it. It wasn't about a science experiment or just completely vanishing. It had an edge to it, and it had a very unexpected retelling of the Invisible Man. It was edgy, you see, especially the scene in the attic with the ladder and the paint. I almost dropped my coffee when I saw that at the cinema. But yeah, it was a very good film. Lots of tension, great performance, especially from Elizabeth Moss, and really surprised me. Number 3 on my list. I haven't actually done a review for this yet, although that will be up in the next couple of days. It's the latest offering from Disney Pixar. Yes, it's Soul, directed by Pete Docter. This is all about a guy that's a middle school music teacher who aspires to being something bigger, you know, on the stage, quite well known. And after a mishap with a manhole, unfortunately he dies and goes to heaven. And it's all about his journey and trying to return to Earth, and looking at his life and, you know, what could have been better, what he would do better. But I will do a full review of that in a couple of days. Number 2 on my list is the film that won Best Picture at the Oscars, Parasite from South Korea. This really surprised me, this film. It surprised Donald Trump as well. I don't think he liked it being number 1, you know, best film. But yeah, it really did surprise me how this family that live in squalor in this basement mimics this family, integrates themselves into this family, and basically steals their lives and live better. I just love the whole way that they did it. So it was gripping to watch. The performances were fantastic. The whole look of it, the cinematography was great, and the scene with the birthday party. Oh Christ, was edge of your seat stuff. So yeah, number 2 is Parasite. Okay, so number 1 on my list is going to surprise a lot of people, but it is Disney's Artemis Fowl. No, just crapping with you. No, it is the World War I movie 1917 from Sam Mendes. Love this film, one of the best war films of modern times. All about these two guys that have to take a message to the the front line, the trenches, to stop this massive attack because they're going to get slaughtered. The film is told in kind of a one take perspective. Although it was, shot in several takes, it's spliced together so well that you would just think it was just one camera following these guys around. Great performances, great battle. I love the tension, just the whole feel and the look of it. I thought it was a really great film. So that is my top 10 list of movies of 2020. If you'd showed me that list a year ago, I would have thought, where's this? Where's that? Why isn't this number 1? But that's just the age we live in now. So yes, that is my top 10 list. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like it by giving it some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. What were your top 3 films of the year? List them down in the comments. They're probably all different for everybody, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you on the next one very soon. Bye!